Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got part 24 of Create a Club. Took a bit of a big turn last episode, didn't we? Looking bottom right, somehow, some way, this little club that we started with is now sitting top of the Premier League. No matter what happens, quarter of the way through the season, we are top. It's pretty crazy, and I think a lot of it may have to do with this guy here. Sergio Almeida. We spent a few quid on him. He's come up big in all fairness. 4 goals in 9 appearances, 2 assists, 2 player of the matches. On the development side of things, as you can see, he's a 5-star player, which is absolutely phenomenal. The other guy we brought in, Valdir Flazo, Brazilian international. He's only scored 1 goal for him. But we paid £20 million for him, and this is what he has done in that time. He is, of course, 5 stars. He is something else. We have found a beauty here. This is the only issue we have at the moment. I don't think a relegation release is going to be a problem, but the minimum fee really could be a problem. We are starting the episode away at Arsenal. This is going to be a tough game. I fully expect to lose, and just so everyone is aware, I am still only looking for a top 10 this season. If I can get anywhere near to qualifying for Europe, I will be over the moon, but I genuinely cannot see it. All it takes is one loss, and as you can see, I've just moved straight back down to 4th. So realistically, top 10 is what we are looking at. If we can get top 7, even better. It would be magic if we could qualify for Europe, but I can't see it. As you can see above, I have also got some more scouts in. I've been looking at Brazilian because I've got a fair few of them now, and there's a couple there that have not really been as good, to be fair. Escobar still trying his best to stay at the club. It's not going to happen, my man. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of players who have been with us since the start, maybe in the first sort of 2-3 seasons. Unfortunately, we'll be getting offloaded now. Still debating about this fella. Still says his best role's there, but it's not. He's better off as a centre back. Couple of clubs interested. One is Liverpool. Maybe I should. They want a lot of dough for him. This was a guy I was talking about last episode, Mehdi Lambert. French young player, I think it's mid-50s, yeah, 52 million. He chose Newcastle over us. We could have ended up with him on the right-hand side, but eventually I decided to upgrade in the 10 and upgrade on the left wing, which meant Paul Wanner could push it out wide onto the right. I think going forwards we're looking pretty good. We've just Francis turned professional. Funny that Victor sings Frazel's praises. We brought in Frazel to replace Victor, and no disrespect to Victor, but we sold him for 19 million. We sold him over in Saudi Arabia, and literally we paid £1 million for our 4.5-star man in the middle. This is probably my strongest side at the moment. Maybe not Obrador. I just want to check out. So if we have a look at Christensen, 2.5 stars. Is that what he roughly is at the moment? He is. That surprises me, you know, because he has been really good. Stones and Amy. See, even Roberto and Gonzalez. He's best at being a ball playing defender. I do want to play him, so we could maybe get the opportunity to sign him because he is still on a youth contract over in Mexico. Nice 2-0 victory there over Leeds. Still keeps us fourth, but that doesn't matter. Hopefully you'll now no longer ever hear me talk about relegation ever again. Hopefully. Hendrick still being spoken about. These big clubs. In regards to Hendrick, I just want to go over him as a general rule. He's 22 now. I believe his development, he was at 5 and he's dropped down to 4.5. But you look on the whole, I mean, he's very much wanted by a lot of clubs. We do have this in here, which is a good little blocker. It ensures that if we do lose him, it's going to be for a good chunk of change. But when it comes to goals in the league, this kid, you know, he scored 202 league goals for us. Obviously, he was going to score a lot of goals in the Vanarama National. But he even, you know, even in the Premier League, he still scored 50 goals, and that is in about 75 games. So he is most definitely the man that we need to keep going and pushing us forward. He has been nothing short of phenomenal for us, and long may I keep him at this club, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is his 7th season with us, and he can keep going, that is for certain. I am going to take this guy off of my shortlist, by the way, just because we're a chance and we no longer need it. And to be honest, I don't think we need anyone going forwards for hopefully for a little while. We got that part sorted now. I feel as though CDM maybe need maybe one big name, maybe. Definitely need a goalkeeper at some point or the other. Got Chelsea away. We've beaten these in this fixture a few times, but I don't know here. I'd love a point if we can get it. Three it is. 3 points. We are really sticking into it, and there is a gap opening between 5th and 7th already. Phenomenal. Maybe this isn't a fluke. Who knows? I will say one thing that was a fluke, me finding that Brazilian number 10. I'm going to butcher his name, and I always will do. This Valdir Frazão, absolute fluke. Thierry Emery has settled at 4 stars, which is still okay, but I've got no issues with having 4-star players in my team. I was just hoping he might have made that jump up to 4.5. But when they hit 22, that's when they sort of settle. So our player wages are at 7 mil now. It's to that point of where we were making so much money every month when the players were younger and didn't want the wages. What are they concerned about here? João Victor, a thing of the past already. Not even thinking about that. Liverpool at home. Liverpool been a bit funny on here recently. In this save particular. I think Steven Gerrard's in charge of them now. Klopp was sacked maybe a season and a bit ago. It makes me think that perhaps maybe I have half a chance. Wanner has actually stuck at 4 stars as well, which, you know, I'm still not disappointed about. I'll tell you what, we've got 8 players there, which still isn't a bad thing. Not sure if we can, no, we can't even see. We are the favourites here, which is very strange. So, not normal, should I say. I feel like I want to play our man again. No, see, look, it still doesn't feel like it's good for him. I hope that's not a bad play, me sticking him in instead of John Stones. Only one way to find out. Yeah, we've been slapped there. It's not particularly even because I made that change, but Liverpool are tough cookies, to be completely realistic. What have we got here? What's popped up here then? Hendrick played his 237th match to become the all-time leading appearance maker. That would only be in the league then, I assume. That's Juan Escobar who got 236. So Victor Hugo has won the Copa America Golden Boot Award. This was the no. That's, what have I got to there for it? Ah, right. I've just sat there and thought, I've got a player. I know I've got a player that's similar. This guy looks alright, you know. I clicked on him by complete accident. Only 3 stars. I've got to stop looking at potential attackers, to be honest. The only one that I am vaguely interested in is the French forward that Southampton sort of got in that a little bit earlier than me. Does this guy still want a stupid amount of wages? Because I think he could be really, really good. He's on 40 grand now. If I got him in, we'll see what he wants. He's not going to be a backup. He wants to be a backup. He wanted considerably more than this not so long ago. Oh, based upon what I've just seen there, that's a done deal. Unless there was another Argentinian goalkeeper, it is what I wanted, but can I get anyone in the goal 50? We're just in that Haaland's won it, probably for about the 10th year in a row. We have a new gen. Just go for another quick look. I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't get anyone in here. Well, I would say we probably shouldn't be too far off with a few of our players. The answer is no. I think this kid's got real potential to be a proper good bowler for us as well. He's got a, I'll tell you, I think I'm going to have to offer him a new deal because he's starting the majority of my league games. He's got £55 million release clause. Barely wants much wage either. We've upped that to 95. He's going to be well worth it in that respect, I think. I'd much rather I took it out, to be honest, but kind of feel like if they have a whinge that they're not getting a move that they may want, at least I can turn and say, well, you know, if a club wants you, they've got to pay you what you agreed to. Zaire Emery is a newly French international, which is excellent. Yeah, I think my plan goalkeeper wise is to keep Garcia until the end of the season, and then it's going to be a case of going that bit further on with perhaps a less, and there we go. He'll come in on the 1st of January. I'm just going to double check to see, I'm going to sound ridiculous, but can you imagine if I've signed the wrong goalkeeper? It's not, he's the correct one. I've barely got anyone here. So if you look here, he's only a B plus now, is Sifo Reynaud. This is the Fulham centre half that I wanted. He's made 2 subs appearances and he's actually been hit hard in the respect. Yeah, it might not be a case for even possibly making a move for him now. Doesn't even make logistical sense to try and do that. Ari Nunez has signed that deal, a Costa Rican central midfielder. That almost comes towards doubling what we could get for him if a bid came in. Just intrigued. One of our club legends, Maurice Crattenmatcher. Just intrigued about him. I'm going to scout him just because it's worth a few bob. Do you know what? I feel as though we had him twice on loan. Palace took him on loan and then he went to Bayer Leverkusen. Never kicked the ball for Manchester United. Just signed him on our release clause and just took him away from us, which was a shame. I think if it had stuck with us, I'd have still had him, even playing now. Right, Leicester away, tough game. Hopefully we can get a draw here. Unfortunately, it's a loss. But we're still up there. It's sitting in 5th. And there's our goalkeeper, Jean Garcia. He does have some interest at 3 stars. Might even look to offload him January. I don't know. I'm not sure. We will have to see. 3.5 on current ability. I don't think he's good enough to get in for us now. Which I can't believe I've just said, but true story. Funny how I don't appear to be having any problems with work permits either. It took me, 5 seasons? Took a very, very long time. So we've got Swansea away, newly promoted, 19th, one of the favourites to go down. I fully expect a result here. I might even be away from home, but I still expect a result. Probably my strongest side, I think, there right now. Oh, it's a really good win. My front, not winner, but 3 of my front 4 have scored 2 each. Yeah, a really good result. Well needed. We're not too far behind. A couple of these guys have been absolutely phenomenal. Primarily the 2 new signings, Almeida and Frazel, have been out of this world. Just intrigued as well. I feel as though we're scoring a lot of goals. 34. But the only problem there, if you look in here, regards to here, we're actually still conceding a lot of goals. Scoring goals, second most in the league. Go to the player stats. Endrick and Almeida, second and third. So in that regard, scoring goals is not a problem, but at the back, kind of feel as though we need to get someone big in there at the back. Wow, he's dropped off something chronic. He's dropped off that much, so I'm actually gonna cancel the assignment on him and remove him from my shortlist. Joe Bellingham, that seems like such a long time ago. We got rid of him when we were in the Championship. Escobar has now gained British citizenship. West Ham are no mugs here, but I fully expect a result. The way we've been playing, 4-4, and the worst thing that I can look and take from that is we were 4-1 up. So that's a bit of a meltdown now. Say they are no mugs. I do feel as though probably top four is going to be a very, very, very tough ask. He has certainly been the man now as Frazell. He's been absolutely phenomenal for us, and I've said that about 17 million times, and I will probably carry on saying it. He's been that good. Southampton away, another tricky game. Hendrick has won Player of the Month. Almeida has come in second. Not only that, but Frazell has won Young Player of the Month. It's really promising to see. Good to see down the bottom there that the fans are happy with my transfers. You always say that, but they're always ranked like a D. That was close to becoming an A. Am I saying that right? The man is 5 stars. I tell you, at this rate, he's got 98 million. I'm going to have to offer him a new deal. And either up that or get rid of it. Stones in at holding. Not quite sure how I feel about that, really. Oh, that's a really big win. Look, Sifo Reynolds scored, Hendrick with a hat-trick, Frazell, Doak and Rogers scoring as well. Really good win. Love how it says there Hendrick scored the winning goal in the FA Trophy. Journalists have rushed to praise on immense Valdir Frazell. Do you know what? We're going to have to offer you out because otherwise you're going on the free, which you're an emergency backup. Look, clubs are keen. There is an offer for him to go back over his way. There's a couple of offers. Oh my goodness, there's actually a lot of offers. Look at this. Wow. 24 bids. I would say that there's a good chance that he will be going. Vinicius Tobias. One from Atletico Madrid. I think I went out and got him scouted at some point. We'll skip the draw for the FA Cup. We've got Bromley. Haven't played them for some time. So we've got Man City up next. Currently sitting second in the division. If I see Frazell's value go around 90, I'm just going to offer him a new contract. Fabio Silva. City are not odds on, you know. $77. He did sign a 5-year deal with us as well. Massive match now. Thierry Henry, 3.5 stars. He's much better than that. Amy Stones. Just need a big name in the back here, really. I'm not going to play Stones just because it is against his old side. Get a result. Too strong. They are too strong. We've had a few draws against them here and there, but never beaten them, I don't think. You got to pay more than 90. I'm just still not talking to people that keep asking me the same questions over and over about the same player. I will send out an answer to you all now. So Escobar is going to Olympiacos. £66,000. Absolutely fine with me. Thank you for your service to the club. You have been really, really good for us. But the time is now where you are never getting in the side, and it's completely the best thing to do. So I think going forward for me, it's just a centre back, really. I need, I'm thinking about it, I don't really think I need much else. David Lehmans to Watford. Yet again, I'm not talking to you. I'm going to have a look at some contracts in a minute from some of our players just to make sure some of these boys need to start playing a little bit better. I feel as though the last few games we haven't really picked up and done too much. That's another loss. And yet again, it's another late collapse. 3-1 up. And we end up losing. Right, if we have a look at the squad, and we have a look contract-wise, just have a look on expiry. Oh, Stones retiring at the end of this season. Okay, I didn't know that was possibly a thing, but it is, and that's fair enough. So we will lose these guys. We need this guy. I still feel as though we need him in. He's still not interested. Intrigued about Ben Doak as well. Has got some interest in him from Wolfsburg. 2.5, 3.5. Has he really been slapped down that much? He was at 5.5 stars. That surprises me, you know. He could be a player I may look to offload at some point. Just need to also check out the wage budget. I had a feeling that could have been the case. Because people are getting wage rises all over the shop from us. Lots of games going on around us, but no game for us, which is no bother. Look at Chelsea, by the way, sitting in 14th. Thierry Emery's got a virus. 2 to 3 weeks. Not going to be the best Christmas for him. Now we've got a interesting time of year again. We've got a week until sort of contracts come into play. Have a look and see if there's anyone of interest to us. Nunes, Stones. I may train this guy to become left back actually. Complete wing back. Attack, I believe it is. It is. Still unsure about John Stones playing holding. It kind of means I've got no real depth there. Although I believe I've got Thierry Emery, Nunez and Contreras. Oh, it's another loss. Man, oh man, oh man. Hendrick is top goal scorer of the league, by the way. We've let that really slip. Just want to go and have a look at this because I feel like we've lost a lot of. There you go, 3 on the bounce. And even here we sort of, yeah, we're slipping up a little bit here. Desperately need that defensive reinforcement, and I feel like that's where the majority of my cash will be going. I don't think there's going to be particularly too much. Hendrick, no, we're not talking about that. I'll probably got the cash to have a little look at some stuff. Goalkeeper Luis Maximiano. Three and a half star goalkeeper. He's moved a fair bit. I would actually see Rodgers off, to be honest. It's taken a few seasons, but I feel as though I've actually got it into a position where I'm quite happy with where everything's sitting. My goodness, we've dropped that far down that we're now no longer in the European spots. Not ideal. Joan Garcia. They're talking about a call up for the Spanish side, yet he's never been capped by them. Can't see that working. Today's the day we can have a little look at what's going on. With contracts, is there anyone? No one of great potential. Kyrgios and Mikhail again. Are you going to allow me to move things? You are, just about. It's got some interest. Isaac Babadi, oh, that's all switched out. Pascal Presnell, Kimpembe. Look at his wages. We'll scout and have a look. If he's in the 4-star range, I might consider. Thomas Lamar, Timo Werner, Leroy Sané, Pellegrini. I feel as though I can look at some of these now, you know. Fornells, Goretzka. There's a few, but a lot depends on scouting. Don't really want Stones to be playing in here. That's more like it. That's a good result. We needed that. Because results have really not been going our way now. We got a game in hand on some teams, which is handy. Love that. Huge fan of Hendrick. So seems to be half of the world. If we're going to be completely honest about it. I think I'm going to try and ship the goalkeeper off. There was interest in him at the start of the season. I think if I try and get this Raymondo in, put him straight in there. Kimpembe, 4 stars. Pellegrini, 3.5. What are you on wage-wise? 125. Let's have a look at Kimpembe. Not interested. Let's have a look at Pellegrini. Not interested. That's fine. To be completely honest, I didn't expect anything else. A little bit disappointed that Stones is retiring after only a year with us, but okay, so it's got some Turati is a goalkeeper. Fabio Vieira, I know he's very versatile. What about this Marquinhos? He's a forward. I believe that is Corinthians. We can scout and have a look, but Hendrick in a Liverpool shirt. Again. I'm gonna go for a top half finish. What does it change? Not a great deal. So it says Liverpool are looking 90 million for Hendrick. We are Stefan Girardi, the goalkeeper, Zach Johnson, the right back from Middlesbrough. Got to have a little bit of potential about you. He unfortunately had none. Escobar has gone. Thank you for your time at the club. You were an excellent 5-star player when you joined. Carlos Raimundo. And here we go. So, Brighton. Are you going to show me the bids? Because you normally would do. There you go. 73s plus. I mean, I think it's quite obvious, to be honest. Oh, we've got this issue with bloody Kane Kessler Hayden again. It has to be mandatory. It needs to be mandatory. 1.4 is fine. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to offer him on loan. Do whatever you want with him. Just make sure it's like that. Hendrick, player of the month. 9 goals in 5 appearances. And Frazel. So let me just check. So we've got 15 million and we've got 67 in the bank. Kessler Hayden. We accept you. Accept and give ultimatum to clubs. It's exactly that. You got ultimatums. Decline. Decline. Not talking to you about Hendrick. Marquinhos. Not going to be good enough. I've got to stop looking at forwards anyway. We don't need forwards. So normally we're about to finish the transfer window. We've been a little bit slower these last couple of episodes, which is no bother. Tottenham are in an offer for Hendrick. Nope. Jose Cortez for Derby. Yes, you can go out on loan. I've been waiting for something like this to have happened. I do need to look at stuff like this. They're milking that. I'll go 4 million. And then we go instalments. We'll do 3 instalments, 500,000. I've turned down the opportunity. That's fine. Okay. We'll walk away. It's not a problem. You do what you got to do. You go to Liverpool and rot on the bench and lose all your potential. It's fine with me. Wolves. Oh, a nice win now. Morgan Murray. Off you go, sir. Cortez. I've got no problem with that. Wisdom Amy. I don't think I'm prepared to let you go. You've been pretty good. Nothing majorly spectacular. You are only 3 stars, which is disappointing. But I don't think that's the right move for me yet. But the one thing I am going to do is I'm going to offer this guy out. Now, he only cost us 5.5. So, okay, Thierry Emery's back. Intrigued about this guy. I assume he's just come back from being on loan at Colo Colo. He can play wherever at the back, I don't care, as long as he's a regular starter. I pay a little bit of wages towards him, I'm happy. Try and get some of these boys some playing time. Funny, I'll question that one. Okay, so we're going to pick a rotated squad. We do this and it normally goes wrong, but I feel as though this is the right play now. Just don't lose. Every time I do this, I blinking lose. Only just. But we won. It's 2-1. So I've just seen that we have a goalkeeper too. I think I'm going to just start him straight away. Arsenal in second. Not going to be an easy game, that is for certain. Just will not go. He just doesn't want to go. Scunthorpe or Preston. Oh, look at this here. Wow. I have to turn it down because it's not straight cash. And what I'm going to do offline is, once this is finished, I'm going to offer a couple of new contracts for players that have these release clauses, just to see if they'll lose the release clauses because we are a better team than what we once was. Because like some of them have got relegation release clauses, and I hope that we never have to even think about relegation now. Obviously, it's a possibility. Oh, new goalkeeper's out injured already for 4 or 5 weeks. Not an ideal start there. Also, just seeing Hendrick has gone up to 4.5 stars. Good man. Okay, that's a fine result. That can add next year onto his contract. Is not going to do absolutely anything. Just intrigued about John Leslie. What's his? So you buy these players and you hope, and just sometimes when you put them out on loan, they don't perform, and they're not doing as well as what you would hope. Jensen Silt. I've just seen he's worth 114 million. I have got to do these contracts. I've got to do it. Because if a club want him and they can stump up 109, then he's out of here. We have got Preston in the FA Cup. We will play this Watford game. We will call it a day there. We're probably about 2 weeks behind. I think we were last episode as well, which is a shame. But you know, we'll try and slap out the rest of the season in the next episode. Christensen is not moving. I'm not prepared to even look at any centre halves and sort of put them on their way at the moment. No interest in doing that. Expecting a win here, we should be getting a result. That's 1-1. It's not good. It's not ideal. But we're going to call at the end of the episode. We have gone from 1st to 9th. Not ideal. Results have been quite poor, as you can probably see here. Very, very much a mixed bag. Please give us a like, subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you for the end of the season next episode. Have a good day.